Hello everyone and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we are trying to prove that Phoenix Wright, our hero from the previous 3 games, didn't kill anybody. So now we're gonna get some testimony about the final hand in this poker showdown. The last hand, both men had full house. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument, The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? Thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker. I thought we were just talking about how it was illegal.
I can't say this bodes well for your case, or your career.
What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring?
Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes?
Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind.
Good, now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house.
That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? As you can see, each player's hand in this photo. Oh, they both have full houses. Okay. So, the victim supposedly had 2 aces and 3 kings. Phoenix had 2 aces and 3 sevens. Okay. We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Yeah, that, there we go. Just how hard is it to make a full house, anyway? It is quite hard, It is making a pair and a 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right.
Very difficult, to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
It is very difficult, but is not impossible. Okay, full house hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time. Not really, though. Four of each card, you say? There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from the number of seasons. Huh? You don't say.
Did you know that the cards are numbered 1 through 13? Add all the cards in a deck together and you get 364, a year.
Huh, you don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of a year, all in a deck of cards. You don't say. I'm going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. It is more obvious, okay? How is it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Oh wait, did I look at that wrong? No, that's wrong. That is 2 aces. Okay, so there's a lie. I think, yeah. 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's had 2. Obviously cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say a hand.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Payne's joke.
Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony. Please.
No? I probably should have pressed everything. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken, but my name? Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
That part. Why, it's here, of course.
It's where?
Where is it you're pointing?
Where? Wait, good question. What?
What I heard today on the dangers of bluffing.
Sorry, Your Honor. Gotta rethink this.
Think you just point out your point again.
Wait. But, how specific do I have to get? There we go. Okay. Wow, that makes you be really specific. Ms. Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. No, because he only had 2 as well. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true, I have seen it, the 5th ace. There is cheating, I swear to you. It's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
Do you don't mind? Perhaps you might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
These cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Victim's cards. Can I go to the court record? Oh, I can. Defendant in crime. Check. I think I want to look at the victim's cards. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well. See the evidence victim's hand.
Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice.
Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, it just does all that for you.
When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dials on the evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective of the case.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I can zoom in. Oh, I actually have to touch the dials. Okay. Oh! He has a blue card. So he cheated. Okay.
Well, has the defense found anything of relevance?
I think I found out that I found nothing out. Wait, what?
Perhaps you had best examine the defense cards before leaving any conclusions. Or maybe you'd rather examine the cards one more time.
Want to examine the other hand of cards? I don't think so. I mean, was I supposed to do anything with them? And no. Oh! Okay, yeah, if I double tap, then I can, like, look at it. Okay, that's what I thought I could do something. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards, the back is a different color. Okay? Ah! Yeah, that's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Oh! Gotcha! Ha!
What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yet, I merely said, ta, I have, eek.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yes?
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Ah!
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley?
She's the cheater, a professional, I'd wager.
Yeah. I'm not bored of that yet.
Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, her mistake. Yes. That's totally what you meant. Gonna back away from you slowly. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. Impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Ugh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What?
Wait, you don't mean? The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. That's amazing.
Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice?
Your Honor?
It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
And that means?
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What? I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
What? Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what that means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous.
It's true.
Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
Oh, now we're back to you. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game.
I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have the impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever, in the end, one card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises two serious questions. Apollo?
Yes.
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh. Might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. Nah. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? The deck. I'm leaning towards after the murder? And then Orly messed up, which... And the... Oh! I wonder if that would explain the aces thing. I think it was after the murder. Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. And take it from me, son, there's a lot of silly in this world, but very little is impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during a game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah! Yep, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who?
The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and her witness, Olga Orley.
Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for the blue card? I don't think it was either, now that I think about it. Because she said that she gave the blue card to Oh! So if Phoenix had the other ace, then his hand would have been better, I believe. Wait, but the blue deck is on the table. That's why we keep thinking that it was the blue. So that one card is actually the only one that had been used. Oh. Because I'm pretty sure in poker with three, like the three aces would beat a hand with three kings. I think it was someone else. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orley either.
What are you suggesting?
There's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point.
Was I wrong? Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the cards were swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Is something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
My apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction.
A new direction?
We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes.
I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that a game had been won with the full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. No, it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? Oh boy. This is a lengthy tutorial.
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on its one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe the new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess.
Oh, we're getting a break.
Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes.
Woo, tutorial trial going on long enough to require a break.
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth?
Well, now, I think you know the answer to that.
Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff.
Justice.
Yes, sir.
The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me.
You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Yes, she looked older than I expected. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago, what I did. What? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. What did you do? Why aren't you a defense attorney anymore? I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial. I was wondering if they were gonna make that, like, distinction. And like, oh, is that why his hat said Papa? Like it says Papa? Right? Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Oh my god, am I gonna have to pay attention to that going forward? Did you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for reading. That's the secret to winning Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Ah, almost forgot one more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. Do I get to save finally? I noticed I couldn't save like in between like recordings, because normally I would keep like a save in different spots, but apparently you can't do that. I can save and suspend at least though, so that's good. Yeah, we're gonna call it an episode here. I'm enjoying this so far. I'm very much looking forward to just the whole game in general. I really love these games, and I can't wait to see what else comes up. So as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.